How's streaming? Look at that. Take your medicine. This is something I've been debating for a very long time. Is this medicine or a crutch? The fact that I'm doing it at 7:23 in the morning makes me think it's a crutch. So it makes me think I shouldn't be doing it. Because temptation will always be there. Why do I need it? Do I need it at all? It's the difference between a need and a want. I would think it's a lot harder for me to say what it is because I'm the one it's affecting. But I don't have to keep thinking about it if I just do it. Get it out of the way.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and any.
Where's Baroque? There's Baroque. Yeah, Soundboy. How you doing, Vel? You're pretty quick to join the stream. I've only been on here for like... It's only been like 4 minutes that I've been up and running. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. But yeah, haven't streamed in a couple of days. So I'm ready to get back to it, but, you know. Yeah. But yeah, this character is... I decided to make a little, like... Well, this is from Tom Cardy. If you don't know him, look him up on YouTube. Amazing YouTuber. Plays the piano. He plays a lot of instruments, but basically, what day are we up to? This is day 11, so it's still the first month. Or this is actually technically day 12. Like, because it says I survived for... No, this is the 11th day. Yeah. Well, my other character I got, he's about almost 2 months in. I'm not entirely sure, but with this character, I kind of want to just give myself more of a challenge. My other character is playing on... I'm just trying to remember now. I'll show you. Because his base is a lot more impressive, too, you know? Whereas this one, it's only been 11 days. Vegan and no smoking is insane. Well, yeah, because at first it was just going to be no smoking. And then, as I'm eating all the fresh food that's in all the refrigerators, I'm like, huh, I don't have to eat any meat. And trapping and fishing are kind of like two of the easiest ways to get food in the game. In terms of sustainability, instead of having to like go find it or grow it. Growing it just takes a lot of time, whereas fishing isn't really that dependent on. It's just more of it is a time investment, but it's not like a 2-week time investment. You can go to the river and catch a fish in a day if you know how to do it. And in the trapping stuff, that's just passive. Like the traps will tick every hour to see, like, is there bait in the trap? Are you 75 tiles away from the trap, so you can't be too close to it? But yeah, hold on. Let me load. Oh, wait, that's new. Sorry, I have a chat overlay. Late game will be farming, foraging only. Pretty much, yeah. Which I know that would be possible too, because there's rice and beans and pasta to kind of like tide me over, you know? Until I can get to the point where I can be doing some long-term sustainable farming. But not solo. God, I want to hit load. Load. There we go. This guy. It's been... Man, it's not going to tell me? Guess I have to jump in the game. But that'll be good, because I can actually show you the base. Like, I sort of, like, turned this base into, like, a fort of sorts, you know? And it's been pretty crazy, just, like, keeping the zombies away from it. Because I have Speed Demon on this character, which means that when you reverse, it's a lot louder than it normally should be. So I did that, and I started pulling a bunch of zombies, and then I had the really good idea, oh, let me shoot my gun. And that pulled even more zombies, so it was like 12 minutes, 15 minutes of fighting. But I managed to not die. Pretty intense. It's on my YouTube channel. Go look it up. 12 solid minutes of just, you know, under assault from zombies. But I really didn't know which character to play today, because I got this one. There's a day 1 mod. I streamed that too. I only took really like one highlight away from it. Dude, I was surrounded, you know, so like it was a pretty stressful 12 minutes. But this is my boy. He's killed 2,100 or 2,097 zombies over the course of 2 months, 3 days, and 10 hours. I'm just trying to keep him from getting under 75 pounds, because once he does that, once he dips under 75, he's actually less effective in melee combat. He's underweight at that point. But yeah, gotta be careful when opening these doors, because this is the base. Let me pull up the map here so you can see exactly where we're at. We are in West Point. I started in this house right here. Looted this neighborhood. I didn't really record all the footage. I've only started streaming it like once I was like maybe a month and a half into this character. But I decided I don't want to live in a house with only one story. I want to move to a house with 2 stories so that I can do the old sheet rope trick, where I can hang a sheet rope out of the 2nd story, demolish my stairs, and then I'm the only one that can get up and down as long as that sheet rope doesn't get broken. That's why you can put multiple sheet ropes around your base, or just, you know, build walls. Have like an airlock for your base, like 2 layers of walls. But anyway, this is all the exploration that I've made, and it took me so long to find a welding mask. This is the garage I found it in. I put a fucking smiley face on it because I was so happy. I looked in every one of these garages, and I could not find, like, this means it's metalworking equipment. This is like a tool. I think that's like an axe or something. Burgers I use for food that's not gonna expire. Apples are what I use to indicate this is perishable food. Right, no, I was literally like, livid. I use little boats to indicate cars. I use arrows for like if I'm driving along the road and I don't know which way to turn, I'll put an arrow in the intersection, so it'll be like, okay, this is where you need to turn here. Like, I'll plan out my route if I have a long-term goal. Like, if I wanted to drive to the school here, I'll be like, all right, I know I need to make a left, or make a right, make a left, and then just pretty much go straight until I reach my destination. That's how I got First Aid Level 2, because every other book I pretty much found. Almost every one. But anyway, that's where I am on the map, but this is the base. This is the abode. Alright? Very proud of this. Took me a while. The fence continues around the backside, but I got a sheet rope here. And up here, I'm growing tomatoes and strawberries. Absolutely. Why do you think I switched over from my one character to this character? I want you to have a base tour. Generator set up in the back. Up on this. What you do is you, What you do is you start by going to carpentry and building a floor on the outside. You can build it right outside your window, and then you can hop out, and then continue building your second floor out here. Rava, what's up, man? Yeah, giving a base tour for Mark McKinley, the 2-month-long survivor with 2,000 kills under his belt. So yeah, generators in the back, along with the water catchers. These are hooked up to the sink using a pipe branch. And that automatically transfers the dirty water to clean water if you pump it through a sink. I took a light off using a screwdriver and the pickup function, and I put the light here so that I can have some light when I'm tending my crops at nighttime. You could just walk through these windows into this empty room. I'm feeling great, Rava, you know. I feel alive, you know. I'm living with purpose today, you know. Yeah, then we continue. There's this little thing here just so I can get down there to the first level. Go through... Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll just go down the sheet rope. But I also built... This is like a little garage area. I didn't have it at first, but I've heard that when you walk... I've heard that, like, when I walk out of my base here, the zombies will want to pathfind through my base. Whereas now, they only want to pathfind in here. They won't go any further because there's nowhere further for them to go, because there's doors, there's walls, you know. Back here, I just got a couple cars I've been working on in my backyard. I would do my farming back here, but I didn't have any walls yet, so the zombies are just going to trample my crops. In here, nothing crazy in terms of modification. It's organized with all my dry food. This is ammunition, gun attachments, and cooking supplies. This is, like, nails, screws, garbage bags, twine, anything that's, like, for crafting. Up here in this cabinet, all the tools. Axes, wrenches, welding stuff. I just like to stay organized. And I got 2 refrigerators. I would grab a popsicle fridge, but one of them's just full of fish. The other one's got... This, like, I've had this food since the very beginning. Like, this chicken that's stale. It got stale in the freezer. That's how long I've had it. Food can go stale in the freezer. It just takes a really long time. But, yeah. I've grown these tomatoes, grown these strawberries. Pretty proud of it. There's 4 broken nightsticks in the trash. If I have enough wood glue, I can fix them. But this is my recycler for food. Composter. Sorry. Been playing too much Rust. Recycler. So self-sufficient. Well, at this point, yeah. But it wasn't always like this, you know? Got a bookshelf here. Got a new couch. Well, I moved this couch over from the other house. Here's all my magazines. And then in the other bookshelf, I have all my CDs, VHS tapes, and books. Actually, no, I think I put all my books in... Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Moved my books to the bookshelf, because I was running out of room. There's 33 pounds worth of books here. And skill-wise, I do have a mod for fitness, so, like, training fitness is actually easier with... It's called... What's the mod called? I think it's called FWO, Fitness Workout Overhaul. It makes leveling strength and fitness go a lot faster. Like, you actually get multipliers. Because I'm not trying to punish myself. Like, I'm not trying to, like... I'm not a masochist. But yeah, level 3 fishing. Level 7 carpentry. Level 6 maintenance. Level 7 short blunt. But let me show you the upstairs. In the bathroom... This is a laundry room, but I actually demolished this wall so that I could get through here. This is all my electronic stuff. This is all my medicine. Here's all my smokes, 200 smokes. Oh, and here's my gun table. This goes to, here's my antique stove. You can actually find an antique stove in, so this is where I am in West Side. Right here, in this shed, you can find an antique stove. It weighs a lot, but it's really good for helping you get through the winter in terms of heat. It'll heat whatever room it's in. But the gun table, as you can see, let me pull up the table here. Well, it has to be like the ground. Yeah, Desert Eagle, the shotgun, the M14, the M1911, the M9, and the sniper. All of which have their respective ammunition. Yeah. Noted. Antique stove. Yes, very important for helping you get through the winter. Believe it or not, I've never actually made it through the winter. Like, this might be my longest character to date. Well, no, that's not true. I had a character that survived longer than this, but I tried to get the treadmill from the fire station in Rosewood, and I couldn't. I drove down there, and there were way too many zombies for me to just park. So I ran away, and in all my running away and my exhaustion, my tiredness, I pushed myself through a door and I got bit. So these things happen, though, you know. And sometimes it's a relief when your character dies, because it's like, now I get to start over, and I don't have to worry so much about progress. It can be, you know, but like, you get to a point in your life when you realize that every single time that you have to endure some type of tragedy, you have a choice. You have a choice of how you want to react to situations, and you might think that this isn't really a choice, but bear with me. Something bad happens to you, and you could think, oh man, this sucks. Why'd this happen to happen to me? Life sucks. You know? You can do that within reason. I'm not saying, like, oh, be an alpha male. Don't have emotions, you know? Emotions are for women. Weak women. That's not true. I'm not saying that at all. I don't espouse that belief. I don't believe that. What I believe is that you should feel your emotions. Fully feel them. Really know what they are, understand them, because they don't have to make sense. There's two things about emotions. I know I'm getting off on a tangent here, but this is very vital information, and if I can put it into the annals of the internet, then that is what matters to me. Two things about emotions. Number one, they don't have to make sense. Like, they're not logical. So, like, you could just say, this pencil, alright, Ticonderoga. This is the best pencil in the world, alright, hands down. And this opinion doesn't have to be based in any type of logic or reasoning or anything. It could literally just be, this makes sense to me, because these are my emotions, right? Or like you could say, I hate that chair. You don't have to give any explanation for why you don't like it. They're your feelings, all right? No one can invalidate them except for you, truly. Like, somebody can tell you what you're thinking is stupid, but their opinion doesn't really matter. It's what do you think about yourself? Do you think you're stupid? Because their opinion doesn't matter if you don't think that. But anyway, the other thing you have to know about emotions is that they're inevitable. They're going to happen. You can't ignore your emotions, because the example I like to give to people, and I always wish I had a balloon on me, just so I can prove this point, but a balloon. You blow it up, and then once you have the balloon, it's full of air. How do you get the air out of that balloon? Let me ask you, Raba. Let me ask the audience. How do you get the air out of the balloon? There's two ways. And drop the M9 pistol. Just make sure you guys are still listening to my tangent, you know? Because you're the ones I'm talking to. Well, that's not true, because when I record this, anybody could potentially, you know, pop it, right? What's the other way? Instead of just popping it, what's the other way to get the air out of the balloon? Love the tangent. You pop it, right? Most people would think that. The other way to get the air out of the balloon is just slowly... Exactly, right. You know, that really annoying fucking sound. Whenever somebody complains, that's the sound they're making. And that sounds like a really narcissistic, evil thing to say, but hear me out here. What's the alternative to them releasing their emotions? They pop. They snap. and then they just make a scene, and then it's a loud noise, and it's traumatizing, and it's like, what just happened? So one option is you let the air out of the balloon very slowly, very annoyingly, or you pop. That's the thing that I like to think about emotions, is, you know, they're inevitable, they're gonna happen, and you have to take that into account. You can't just stuff them deep down inside and pretend that they don't exist. That's not possible. It's not smart. It's possible. Many people do it. It's just not a wise decision to make, in my opinion. Because you make your life a whole lot more miserable instead of just feeling your feelings. Alright, tangent over. I don't even know how we got here, but, you know. That's the beautiful thing about my brain. Because that's the thing. Oh, yeah, a choice. Devastating things happen, you have a choice. You can either choose to react with sorrow, you can choose to react with optimism and be like, this isn't bad, you know, maybe this is the best thing that could have happened to me. And I can't wear any of this stuff without, like, giving, like, some type of context. Like, I gotta put it on the front or the back or the back. But if I take off, like, a pair of boots or something, and then I try to put it all on, I can wear it all and it'll default to its place on my body. Oh, but I gotta put the guns in the holsters, though. Totally agree. Everything will always turn out okay in the end. If you think it will, yes. But if you're so hopelessly negative and not narcissistic, even if bad things are always happening, right? You have to learn to roll with the punches. But if you've lived a lifetime, what's the quote? When you lived a lifetime of convenience, a lifetime of things just being handed to you, of entitlement. When you live that type of life, you just, you have that type of attitude where, like, whenever one bad thing happens to you, it's the worst thing that's happened. Oh, no, you're fine. That was the word I was trying to think of. It's just, you know, I wasn't saying the right word. I'm gonna turn my light off and then sleep through the night. But yeah. I try to be a little bit more optimistic when my character dies, because it's like, I get to start over. And I love starting over. I don't know why. Actually, no, I know why. Psychologically, because, like, you can make a lot more progress in the early game than you can in the late game. The late game just gets pretty boring. So, like, the first week is the most exciting Project Zomboid time. You know, there's the most amount of zombies. There's, you know, the most amount of stuff in the world you're gonna have. It's brimming with possibility. So, like, at this point, I'm kind of afraid to play this character because of all the progress I might lose. But I can't let my fear dictate my life. I gotta live my life. One day at a time. You know? Not worried. Does the amount of zombies die over time? You can have options where zombie respawn is on. I don't know if it's automatically on in this setting or not, but Louisville's not far away. You know, like, Louisville's literally, like, across this bridge, down the road, bam, there's Louisville, right? And that scares the shit out of me. I only have 300 hours. That's the beautiful thing about this game, is, like, once I have 3,000 hours, maybe this would seem like a cakewalk to me. But right now, whew, you know? And then that compares to somebody who's only got, like, 30, and then somebody only has 3. Thought I just heard, I did hear something, okay. Somebody banging on my walls. I'd go to Louisville if I got bit or something, you know? Like, if I knew I only had, like, 2 days left, I would do it. My man's become a beast, though. All this fitness and short blunt. But I'm afraid, because all this progress I've made, I don't want to lose it. But that's life. What, are you just never going to leave your apartment because you're afraid of what's going to happen? Come on, you know? Sure, you might get bit, but what's the alternative? Sitting in your base, listening to audio tapes for the rest of your life? Is that really living? If you call that living, you know? That's a quote from Futurama. I'm trying to remember the context of the quote when he's like... He's like, you're gonna have to go through life without this. He's like, can I do that? He's like, if you call that living. See, I just wanted to flex the base, you know? But I feel misleading because this isn't the base I was advertising in this stream, you know? I was advertising the whole non-smoker, vegan, and this is not the case. People are gonna see this stuff and be like, you did this in a month? You did this in the first, like, no. I did this in 2 months, thank you very much. A little over 2 months. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying so, Belle, because, yeah, it is a lot of work. And it's something I can take pride in, because when my character dies in this world, which may or may not be inevitable, it all depends on how I play. I can appreciate this game because it's very much in my control. Everything that happens is... like, I don't like how things are happening, I can pause the game. You know, that type of thing. The type of games where things are always happening, like, I love Rust, it's just I hate it, the player base. You know, I hate how toxic the players can be, but it's such a good game, and it's a shame. But right now I can pause the game. I can pause the fucking game and just go through these inventories, you know? But that's the design of the game. What do Rust players do? Okay, so, like, have you heard of Rustville? Like, the concept of the game is, like, the game's always happening. The game never stops. You log in, you play, you leave, and then your base and your character, everything is still there in the game, so it really is a game for sweaty people who, like, play the game literally 24/7. They can get a clan of 8 people, one person plays 3 hours. But yeah, that's the premise of it. Like, it's on a generated world where the map will wipe every week. Basically what that means is, like, all the progress that is made for all those people gets done over. Mostly it's like every month the map wipes and it resets, but there are some servers that'll do it like every couple of days. So you kind of have an incentive to really play hard and play very cruel. You know, you see a naked, some random person running along there, you're gonna dome them in the head and look at their inventory because you have no idea what they might have. And how it might benefit you. Think DayZ, think, like, you know, any of those types of games where it's like, you know, anybody can just run up, kill you, take your shit, you know? Whenever I play Rust, and I have gotten back into it, I play on PvE servers. You can't raid anybody, and you can't kill other players. Like, let's say you do get a bunch of your loot, and you make a base, and then you get all your loot inside the base. On a normal server, somebody can just come along and just blow your door open, come inside, take your shit, and leave. It's called raiding, you know? So I don't, yeah, like, you can just literally log into the game and find out that's happened to you, and you're like, well, that's great. Yeah, why even play the game at that point? Like, how much of a masochist do you have to be to play a game like that? Oh, wait, I have 480 smokes right here. I better put those away. Literally. Yeah, I thought I had more cigarettes, you know? So there we go. There's 680 smokes. I don't need that many. Jeez. Oh, my fanny packs. I love being robbed. Who doesn't, you know? But I'm gonna pause my music. Real talk, I've had nightmares about that game before. Like, I've had nightmares where I'm laying in the grass, like somebody just fucking headshot me, and I'm laying there bleeding out, because it's a very traumatizing game sometimes, you know? Because you're new, and then that shit happens, and you're like, what the hell, you know? And the worst part is when you get, there's something called door camping, where someone literally just sits outside your base with a shotgun. The second you go outside to go do literally anything, somebody blasts you in the face with a shotgun. So imagine having anxiety and playing that fucking game. And it also takes you like 15 minutes just to log into the game, because it's such a huge, beautifully graphicked game, you know. And they put out updates every month where they'll have like new material in the game every month. But no, like, seriously, no thanks. Like, I'd rather not have to play this game like a sweat. My anxiety is peaking. It's peaked. It's like I need to hit my vape, you know, like. Just by talking about it, you know? No, I'm fine. But yeah, man. It's crazy stuff. You just gotta be... Because some people would say, oh, well, if you don't like it, don't play the game. Well, that's kind of baloney, in my opinion. You know, like, if people play the game, it's like saying that you have to play this game a certain way. You don't. You can play any game any way you want to, because that's the whole point of video games. is the point of video games to snap your keyboard in half? You know those types of streamers that they'll lose playing Call of Duty, and they'll just fucking throw their mouse up against the wall. And they're like, this game sucks. I don't even know why I play it. And it's like, me either, at this fucking point. They crash out, exactly. Like, that's become a term because of that. And there's so many instances of people on the internet freaking out like that it's normal. It's a totally normal way to lose now. Somebody freaks out in a video game, it's natural. You expect it to happen sometimes. There's a guy out there, his name is Patchouli. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him. And I'm not shit talking, all right? Like, I'm not trying to build my stream off the backs of gossiping about other streamers. It's just, I wrote about him in a paper, and he's got this boxing dummy behind him named Steve. Almost every single time that he loses, he freaks out, and he just starts beating the shit out of this thing. And it's disturbing to me, because you watch a grown man react like this to loss, and you give him money, you follow him, you subscribe, you want him to do this stuff, and that is just mind-boggling to me. How you'll enable that type of behavior that would normally get you in a fucking straitjacket. Absolutely, I think they do. So, I really need to link my thesis somewhere, because I went to grad school for communication. I wrote my master's degree. Let me just Google it right here. Fully completed thesis project. Okay, so I'm really into video games and playing them my whole life, that type of thing. But this whole entire paper, you'd say you'd like to read it, but this whole entire paper is 27,000 words. But that includes, like, the works cited and everything else, I'll just give you the abstract. This study examines the face work of 3 American male streamers, Ninja, Patchouli, and Dr. Disrespect, to determine if any common strategies exist after losing in a video game in front of an audience. By examining popular stream highlights of losses available on Twitch Tracker or compilations of losses posted on YouTube, this thesis project explores the verbal and non-verbal reactions of the loser and are then categorized for either preventative or restorative face work. The results revealed more restorative forms of face work for these streamers and imply that members of individualistic cultures use more restorative face work strategies. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'll put black it out or something. Even though my last name is literally right here, I'll make like a copy of it and I'll blur everything out. But yes, thank you for reminding me. I'll make that into a sticky note before I do. I think I put this out for something else, but yeah, blur name. Thank you, Vel. I'll give you a credit for that. All right. The results revealed more restorative forms of face work. Blah 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 blah. The study argues that these streamers might be engaging in egregious behavior in order to gain more... Oh, right, yeah. Not you. They might be engaging in egregious behavior in order to gain more attention and followers, and therefore more revenue earned through subscriptions or donations. Future studies should analyze the reactions non-Western, non-male subjects to determine how these reactions might differ, as well as examine streams in their entirety and not rely on highlights as this project has. So that's just the abstract. Just basically, the name of the paper is When Gamers Lose Face, the Rhetoric of Gamer Failure. So yeah, anytime somebody loses in a video game, what do they do to, save face? Oh, I'm sorry. Rava's the one that gave me that. Now I understand what's happening. Rava. Blur my name out. Thank you, Rava. You're always looking out for me, bud. I love you. I love you, Rava. To quote Lizzo, in case nobody told you today, you're special. In case nobody made you believe, you're special. And I will always love you the same. But yeah. I will try to post it in probably my, Twitch link somewhere. Under, a OneDrive thing. But yeah, I'll blur everything out. Just so it doesn't come and bite me in the butt. Even though I'm pretty sure you could find my identity on here if you really wanted to. I wanted to play. Yeah, because, that was my fascination with whenever somebody would lose in a video game, they'd be like, this game fucking sucks. And it's like, then why are you playing? why are you playing the game if you think it's so bad? You know, is it really the game, or is it you, and you just, your ego is too fragile to admit that? Genuinely, right? Like, I just think it's the epitome of toxic masculinity. That's what I should have named my paper, you know? That has, and you're screaming at people, right, you know, like, but, there's a really, really popular highlight of Ninja, and he's freaking out. He's playing Among Us, and he's freaking out. He's like, this is why I don't want to play with you guys. And then he just, like, for 3 seconds of silence, and then he's like, guys, I'm just kidding. You know, 99% of this is for fucking content, you know? And then he throws up his headphones, and then he backs away from the computer, like, acting like it's a big deal. And then he comes back, and then he just goes back to screaming at his friends again. But that was the moment in my research when I was like, okay, so all of this is done for content. The boxing dummy, the trash talking, the saying the game is garbage instead of admitting that it's wrong, because that's actually what's gonna get people to view you more. Yeah, because you have, because it, like, face has really been adopted by Western culture. You know, like, it wasn't always a Western term. It got brought over here, and it gave it a whole different meaning. I mean, the meaning is still kind of like the same, but like if you look, I even talk about this in my paper, Japanese face, Chinese versions of face, like how it's your reputation, you know, or how it's like morality is involved in it, you know, that type of thing. But I ought to reread my paper, you know. I literally opened it, like honor. Yeah, what's the honorable way to, you know, act? Like, how should you be acting in these situations? So like, there's the law. You know, like what's legal, but then there's what's moral. There's one face that aligns with the morality, and then there's one face that aligns with legality. Like Robin Wood. Or not Robin Wood. Robert. Jesus Christ. I've taught archery at the Renaissance Fair for too long. I call myself Robert Wood because it's like Robin Hood, kind of, but like a spinoff, you know? I gotta smoke a cigarette. I'm starting to get sad. And I realize I can smoke on this character. Wait, this is super interesting. Right, you know, like, I think I'm sitting on a fucking gem here. No one can appreciate this, you know. That's being egotistical and narcissistic, though. But yeah, my point is like, you can't just look at anything from one lens, one scope. Rava, also, blaming others is easier than acknowledging your own faults. Exactly. You can easily say, hey, that guy should have done that thing better, but you think you're playing perfectly, right? You think, my bullets, they're going right through him, and you miss, like, every shot, you know? Like, thank you for writing your thesis. Thank you. Thank you for, you know... It was hard. It was really, really hard. And when I open up the file, I haven't touched it since July of 2022. I got burnt out, dude. They told me I was done. They're like, you should get your PhD. And I'm like, I just went through 6 years of school. I want a fucking break. You know, like, I wanted to prioritize myself, you know, self-care. Because they espouse the fuck out of that in grad school. They're like, oh, take care of yourself. But then they're like, oh, you should get a PhD. Because we're telling you you'd be good at it. That's why I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go to get my PhD because everybody was telling me this is what I should do. But that's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was travel around the country and teach archery at Renaissance fairs throughout the country. To teach people who have never done archery before how to do something and let them unlock their potential. Something inside of them they never realized they had before. And that can only be possible through certain things like archery. How can you know how good you are at something unless you try? Like, this is an avenue. I actually have a list of all the different archery puns I have. They're called innuendos. But yeah, I gotta copyright that one too. But no way. I do, yeah. Because I'm an Amazon driver. That's my full-time job. I teach at a community college. I teach public speaking. That's part of my master's degree. And I go to Tennessee and Ohio, and I do Renaissance fairs. I teach people how to do archery with the recurve bow, just the standard old, you know, old school, the bow original bows, you know. But yeah, face, that type of stuff, you know. You're living such a full life. In certain moments, I am. You know what I mean? Like, right now in the wintertime, like right now it's kind of weird because all I'm really doing is Amazon. I'm not doing any archery. I'm not doing any teaching. But come January, I'll be teaching again. And then in the spring, I want to be doing archery again. I want to open up my whole archery school. I think that's another reason it started there, because at the Renaissance Fair, our bows and arrows aren't the best, but you can still get a bullseye with them. You know? Like, it's not impossible. Some people would think, like, oh, no, this is insane. You know, like, I can't get a bullseye, and it's because of these bows and arrows. And I'm like, no, you just suck ass to a degree. You know? Yes, these arrows aren't great, but think about how good you would be if you didn't do it at all. I always ask people, I'm like, hey, do you want to do archery? They're like, no, I don't want to do it because I would suck at it. And I'm like, yeah, you do suck at it because you're standing behind the fucking rope, not even doing it. So by proxy, you do suck. Because you're not even doing it. That's like the standard definition for failure. So yeah, like, but like, if I wanted to be a voice actor, why am I not a voice actor yet? Because I'm afraid of failure. Like, I'm a hypocrite. I'll fully admit that. But I'm working on it. You know, you gotta just try, just put it out there. Because this is kind of like voice acting to a degree. That's why I got like my wheel of voices, you know? It's another side of myself, the accents and the impressions, you know? Like, yeah. But yeah. I just found it very interesting whenever I'd watch somebody play a video game and they're like, this game sucks, then why are you playing it? You know? I used to play Call of Duty. And I'm sure if I wanted to, I could get back into it and get cracked again. I got some clips. Speaking of Wheel of Voices. Alright, I'll pull it up here. I really should just do a pirate voice only stream for my next raft playthrough. Oh man, I suck at this game. Never mind. Speaking of Wheel of Voices. Yeah, let me give the old F2. Let me pause it real quick. Pirate for raft. Yeah, I showed my dad a highlight of that stream, and he's like... I showed him a highlight of that stream, and he's like... Where's the pirate voice? And I'm like... I guess, you know, but it was the one where I got the absolute piss scared out of me by the shark. Look it up on my YouTube channel if you haven't seen it yet. It is. Rava was there to experience it live. Did you play that anymore in your free? A little bit. I did a couple of, like, I played it for like a couple of hours, but I think it's a little boring. Like, again, but that might just be because I made a lot more progress. Like, if I started a brand new playthrough, I might be able to play a little bit more optimally and enjoy it a little bit more. I nearly clipped it, but I was worried you'd think it was weird. No. Wait, the raft thing? Like, did you see that happen live? Because I wanted someone to clip it, but I wasn't sure. Alright, let's spin this wheel. Wheel of Voices. What we got? So we got some Daffy Duck here. It's basically just talking with a lisp. Not too complicated. But I'll try to give it like about 5 minutes or something. I'm not entirely sure if I should have some type of timer on there. Some type of, like, just do this for like 5 minutes. I'll pull out my phone. And just like a 5-minute timer. I even wanted to do the thing like that speedrunners do. Or they'll have like they can like lap their times. Because I feel like the voice would just get old after a couple of minutes. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, am I alone in this? Pick up the phone, Daffy. Suffering, succotash, you know, certain things you just have to say. But about 5 minutes. I think that'll be fine. Or 2 minutes. 2 minutes of Project Zomboid. I put 5 minutes. So I'll put 5. It's funny, I actually did karaoke on Thursday. So this was 2 days ago. 2 days ago I did some karaoke, and I actually did Louis Armstrong. What a Wonderful World. I should have had someone take a video of that. But I see trees of green. That whole thing, you know? But I'll see what else we can get here. Because there's 60 different voices. Yeah, because, like, the demo of the voice is nice. Sometimes it's just hard to keep up. But that's the whole point about being a voice actor. Red roses do. I see them bloom for me and you. Like, as hard as that voice is to do, I did the whole entire song as Louis Armstrong, and I was still able to talk afterwards, which I thought was crazy. Maybe I'll do another stream like that, where it'll be like a karaoke stream, and it'll be like it'll be like under the music category, like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I woke up the next day, I was like, but that might be another idea for a stream. Like, I do like karaoke, or I'll have different voices. Like, well, I'll spin the wheel and I'll try to do like Kermit the Frog. Ooh, like Miss Piggy doing WAP. Hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. I said certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass piggy. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you fucking with this wet ass pussy. I think I just have to change it to Miss Ass Piggy or something like that, you know? Because, okay, so like, from the top, make it drop like some wet ass pussy, you know? I gotta like get like a keyboard. I have a keyboard. I can literally play on the piano. Am I really flexing in this stream? What the hell happened? I started by like, we're gonna play Pelagic Zomboid, and all of a sudden Vel comes on here and she's like, all these things you can do. That is all, it's deep down inside myself. You never knew it was possible. Unless you don't. Why are you apologizing? Why would you say you're sorry? You know what I did yesterday? I sat in my bed and I didn't do shit, alright? Like, I played Rust for a little bit off stream because my internet is so bad I can't stream and play that game at the same time. But like, today I'm living with purpose. I gotta work in an hour and a half. But this is like the best shit I could be doing with my life, you know? Like, I want to be an entertainer. This is what I want to do. Fully, through and through. So like, you guys are letting me live my dreams right now. Where I don't just want to be an entertainer. Like, that's on the wall of my apartment. And like, it doesn't really matter what it says. It's just a piece of cardboard. And what's on that piece of cardboard is carpenter, academic, archer, streamer, voice actor, samurai. 6 things. There's 6 things on that thing, and all of those things are like, here's a different side of myself. Like, I want to be a voice actor. I want to be a streamer. I want to do this. That way, whenever I don't know what to do with my life, I'll just look at that and I'll be like, that's something I can do. Like yesterday, I worked on my archery flyer. I want to open up my own archery range. That's the goal. Long-term goal, you know? Because I want to be, I want people to be able to practice, but I also want people to learn, because not a lot of people know how to do it in the first place. So, archery range. Lesson flyer, there it is. Alright, we're changing gears here for just a second, because I'm going to keep flexing. And all right, the color scheme was kind of unintentional. Like, I didn't really like anticipate on it being like this. Yes, that's what I know a kendo is. And I really want to go to a studio and learn. And there's a place, it does aeto lessons that teaches you how to like unsheath a katana, and how to like cut with it and stuff. But on my personal YouTube channel, like under my name, there's a video of me chopping a pumpkin. But yeah, I didn't anticipate for like the color palette to look like this. It's just the top was pink and this was white. No, it was blue to start, and I was like, well, I kind of want to lean into like the asexual marketing, you know? Like, I'm not asexual, but I feel like it would kind of like this is the group of people I want doing my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want your typical straight white male, and that sounds really bad, but like, that's not who I want as clientele. I can be picky, you know, because that's who archers kind of are known to be. They're known to be hunters that are like I can kill things with my bow and arrow. That's how good I am, and it's like, well, good for you. I've never killed anything with a bow and arrow. Where's my fucking reward, you know? But this is just at my mom's house in Milford, Ohio. It's on 5 acres. And it's that's my dad, that's my stepmom. They did archery with me. It was very nice of them. And they were able to take photos while the other person was doing it. So, you know, I'm not using them, I promise. Yes, that's all these different sides of myself, you know. And I'm sure you all have some different sides of yourselves too, you know. Because for so long, I could just think to myself, like, this is all I am. I'm just a guy who plays Project Zomboid, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to share that flyer with you because, you know, it was something I worked on yesterday. And why did I work on it? Because it was on that thing. I was like, hey, that's something I can do today, you know. Not me, I'm just a singularity. That's not true. You know, you're a streamer, but you're also a student. And what you study has a lot more meaning to it than, you know, what another person can give meaning to it to. Like, they could trivialize what you do, but you understand. But no, nobody is just a singularity. I don't believe that. That's bogus. What am I gonna do? I'll go look for seeds. That's what I'm gonna do. More seeds for my farm. Or I just transition over to my other character. Because that's the one... That's what the stream was intended for. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that. Where find seeds? You can find them at farms. Like farmhouses. Anytime you harvest a crop, it'll give you some seeds. Hardware store, you can find them sometimes. You can find them on zombie corpses. Like, if you find a zombie that was a farmer, and someone who was a farmer that turned into a zombie, they can have some seeds on them. I think that's how I found the strawberries and the radish seeds. No, tomatoes. That's what I have for that character. But yeah, they're kind of few and far between. Like, they're not like a really, really popular item, I would say. I don't think they're like as rare as a generator would be. Maybe? Generators aren't, in my opinion, like super rare, but non-smoking Joe. Here we go. But yeah, voice actor, I gotta take a class. Or, I guess put out a demo of some type. Or just go do karaoke and do different voices, you know? I gotta get a piece of paper, the piece of paper that has all my different voices on it, print it out, laminate it, and then I can take it to the bar and do stand-up. And then when I'm doing a stand-up routine, somebody could just yell out the voice they want to hear, and I'll just do it while I'm doing my bit. You know? Kind of like here, except when I do it here, it's a lot more improvised. Like, I have an idea of what I would want to say, kind of, but usually those bits end up being the same for the character voice bits. But with the singing, the wet-ass piggy, you know, it's past midnight, gonna go to bed, thanks for the stream, good luck with the run. Thank you for tuning in, Vel. Really appreciate it. You have yourself a good one. As well. See you on the next one. Alright. Wet-ass piggy. Absolutely. I'll do a cover. I'll do a cover one of these days. Bowl of stew. Fresh cooked. And then there were two. Back to just you and me, Raba. You know, like the good old days. The good old days. This just literally wasn't like a week ago, you know? Alright. I find it weird that I have cigarettes at all, but at the same time I know why I do, in case I wanted to, like, make a thing with them. Alright, changing gears. Okay. Drowsy, agitated. The good old days 3 days ago, literally, you know? The raft stream. The last stream. Was that 4 days ago? I can't remember. Because I posted the highlight, and then I just sat on it for a couple days, didn't do anything, kind of like, it's just going to take off, it's just going to blow up, because I thought it would be a lot more popular. But then again, what do I know? You know, I'm just impatient. I think, I want instant results. Instant gratification, Rava. And if I don't have that, what do I have? Something like that. You wake up and you check and you don't have any more views and you're like, well, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, you have to keep making content. You know, you just have to keep putting shit out there. It's the only way to really survive, I think, in the algorithmic marketplace that is Twitch and YouTube, you know? Just keep making stuff and people will come, is what I tell myself. Like, this is the inspiration to get me to sit down and just, like tomorrow, instead of streaming, I can go through the stream and pick out some highlights and put them on my channel. But who's going to watch them? You know? I can hope to get some people here and there. Now you have, exactly, and Nighttime 98 too, you know, like, Nighttime, and absolutely, you know. It just goes to show the more you put into something, the more you get out of it. So on days when I don't put anything into it, I should expect not to get anything out of it, you know, like, I can't, but I don't know, I can come back and be like, oh, I got a couple hundred views that I didn't have, because I just kept sitting there that day, hitting refresh, you know, trying to, is anybody going to watch this? All that time obsessing is time you could be spending doing something more productive. Obsession isn't good. All right. Oh, look. It's 4:20. That's kind of funny. It's cold in here. Anyway. Rava, have you ever tried the marijuanas? I can't find the light switch, man. No, you have not. Alright, well, don't. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want with your life, Rava. Just, for the longest time, I didn't do it because of the people that did it. And they made it their whole personality. Like, they smoke weed, and they're like, yeah, this is great, man. Why can't the government stay out of our business? And they're like, they'll talk to you for half an hour about it, and it's like, dude, don't you have anything else to talk about? Isn't there anything else in that brain of yours? Or are you just, is that it? Is that the only part of your personality, you know? Because it is very easy to let it take over your personality. Theo Vaughn talks about this in a clip I saw recently. He says, some people smoke so much weed, they turn into the plant themselves. Like, they turn into, like, a plant that just sits there, and it doesn't move, it doesn't do anything, it just needs water, because it's so high. And that does make you think about it. It's like, okay, interesting. I saw another clip where it was this lady and it was this dude, and they were both on a stage, and they both had microphones, and the lady was like, you know, trying to convince people, like, hey, you shouldn't just spend every day of your life getting high, because that's not a good way to live. And that was so stressful for this guy to hear that he's like, no offense, but when this is all over, I'm gonna go buy a big bag of weed, go home, and get high. And she's like, I know, and that's okay. It's okay that your life sucks. It's okay that you think that that is the most gratifying thing you can do with your life. Like, that's the most fulfilling thing you can do, because do you have to deal with any of your problems if you're stoned? No, you don't, you know? So anytime anything bothers you, you'll just reach for your vape because that's what you've gotten into the habit of doing. So that's why I think it's a slippery slope, doing drugs at all, you know? But people take medication all the time and they don't call it a crutch. The fact that marijuana is being recognized as a medicinal substance by America makes you realize, it's like, well, wait a minute. Maybe this isn't meant to be criminalized. Maybe this has medicinal benefits. That type of thing. Man, I already plumbed the sink on this character. And it's only been 11 days. Wow. Anyway. Those are my thoughts, you know. Because I've been very much on the fence for probably like the last year, I would say. Like, I think in January, February, I got prescribed the medication for everything in moderation, as they say. True that. Because I had never taken a medication prescribed by a doctor for any type of anxiety or anything before. And then I did take that for a couple of months. I want to say weeks. But I ran out and I just stopped filling my prescription. Because I was on Medicaid, I didn't know like if I was going to keep getting a prescription or not. That type of thing. But anyway. Neither here nor there. Maybe I should just... Should I just get rid of one of these doors? Nah. It is like an airlock. But no, like, I think it was the raft stream. I don't think I did any of it on that stream. Can you recall? Maybe that's a sign I need to cut back, because it's like, if you can't even remember what happened, then, you know, maybe you shouldn't be doing so much. But as my dad says, like, you're the only one that knows whether or not you're doing too much. Like, you have to be your best judge of character, I suppose. Indeed. Very, very thought-provoking. Because what is a crutch, and what isn't a crutch? Do you have to deal with your feelings or not? That type of thing, you know? That's what therapy is for. And I was going to therapy. I've been going to therapy for about a year. I've been going off and on in my life, but I've been going consistently for about a year now. And at first, I didn't go to therapy. Yes, you did on the raft one. Okay, yeah. Because I remember there was one stream where I don't really think I smoked at all, but it might have only been like a 2-hour stream or something like that. But anyways, I think I still did it before I went to work, but it took me going to work and being in a van alone for 10 hours to realize, hey, you don't have to get high, you know? Maybe you have a chance. And then it kind of just got from that point where I wouldn't be going to work. Like, I wouldn't be doing it and then going to work. I would just be going to work and then doing it when I got home. And then gradually I was able to do less and less and less. But that's not really necessarily the point. Point is, you just have to know how much to do, how much not to do. I started off the stream by saying this. Alright. What do I have to do here in terms of what are my goals? Because this is... Am I West Point? I think I'm in Muldra. I'm in Muldra. And I need to find a map. But I think I'll just go check out these houses up here. Start clearing the neighborhood. One house at a time, now that I got my duffel bag. Duffel bag with a screwdriver, saw, hammer. Were you going to farm the last time? That is right. There is that farm up there. Oh, it's the car. That was the thing. I wanted to take the car with me. And mechanics is so close. Because once I get to level 2, that's all I'm really trying to get to. Then I can hotwire the car. I just can't remember. No, because I would have just woken up. I gotta put all this stuff back in the car. And then hopefully that'll give me the much needed experience to put me at level 2. And then I can hotwire the car and then drive up there and then get all the stuff. Thank you, Rava. You're a gem. Like, where would I be without you, you know? Left headlight. I'd be starving. I'd be aimless, you know? Ah, why did I close that out? Why did I close it out? Because I'm not paying attention, Rava. Why am I not paying attention? I think we both know the answer to that. My ego is too fragile for me to admit. Why did I forget? And then in the rear right seat. Install. See, I might have to wait another day. Maybe. Unless I can find another car. And then it is a non-issue. Okay. That did not give me the experience. 139. Alright, so I need another day. Or another car. Which, there are cars over here. And I can do a little jogging if I wanted to. Get my fitness up. Did your nausea pass? Yes, it did. I just had to poop. I thought, man, I hope I didn't make them worry, you know? Because nighttime literally just joined, and I'm like, I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. I felt terrible, you know? Literally and spiritually. I was like, man, I hope he's not gonna take offense to it, you know? But no, I literally just had to poop, and I felt fine. It do be like that, you know? Like, you think you're dying, and then you just have to go to the bathroom, as it turns out, you know? We've all been there, right? Please say yes. You ever pooped your pants, Rob? I have on 3 occasions. One of which I was like 4 years old. I was like a child, you know, so that's like passable. But I remember doing it. Like I remember like shitting myself into consciousness, you know. You never pooped your pants? As I like to say, there are 2 groups of people. People who poop their pants and fucking liars. Alright? That is my opinion on the matter. Just saying. Only if you had a high fever, you would have pooped yourself. I understand. Lucky you, you know. You think you're so special? You think you're better than me, Rava? No, I'm kidding. You think you're better than me because I pooped my pants 3 times in my life and you only poop your pants 0? You can't even remember if you had or not? Wow. This guy. This guy thinks he's so great. Because he's never had this tragedy befall him before. But I'll tell you the worst time. If I can get this damn seat in here. Actually, no, that might not even be the worst time. No, that was the worst time. I'll tell you the worst time I pooped my pants. It was right before a football game. American football. So, like, I had my shoulder pads on, I had my helmet on, I had my gear already on, okay? I'm at the 50-yard line, and the bathroom is across the field, pretty much exactly at the 50-yard line, up a little hill. So I didn't want to just sprint across the field. I thought that would call way too much attention to what I was doing. So I walk all the way around the field. And I get to the bathroom in time, open the stall door. Hey, look, mechanics won. I don't have to do this anymore. Oh, and I failed. So notice I failed and I still get experience. That's the nice thing about mechanics. But I push open the stall door and I couldn't lock it. Like, I couldn't lock the door, you know? And I was sitting there trying to lock it, and little did I know I was just wasting my time, because how can you lock something that can't be locked in the first place? So then I start, you know, trying to fumble with my stuff. It's like a little rope belt thing. If you played football, you know how hard it is to get off sometimes. And to put it in football terms, let's just say I got sacked before I could touch down on the seat. Or no, before I could touch down on the seat, I got sacked. I gotta say it in that order. That's the funny way to do it. So yeah, didn't poop like all the way in my pants, but like it was like enough to where it's like on my pads and stuff. But that wasn't the worst part. Why, you might be thinking like, what makes this the worst time out of all the times? This is the worst time because I wasn't alone. Remember how that stall door? Have you been 5 days without pooping, shat in the forest in the winter? I think I remember you telling me about that, how that was like the worst time ever in your life, like sleeping outside in a tent and like how you had to do that and it sucked. That I haven't been constipated for 5 days, I don't think. But that sounds god-awful. Jeez, you know? Yikes. At first it was like a grown-ass man who barged his way in there and he's like, oh, my bad, man, I'm sorry, you know? As I was sitting there scraping the shit off my pad. Off my butt pad, ironically enough, you know? And then a kid came in there. But yeah, but then you have to go up to your coach and you have to explain to him what the situation is, as if he couldn't smell the situation. Oh boy. But yeah, that was that. But then to make me feel better, my dad told me about a time when he pooped his pants, you know? I'm sure he'd be happy if I shared that now, you know. It was just he was outside of his apartment, and he tried to go in the apartment, and he didn't make it in time, and that's what happened, you know? So, he's like, if it can happen to an adult, it can happen to you, and it's okay. Because what he was telling me was, this happens to everybody, you know? You want to know the last time I pooped my pants? So there was the time when I was really little, and then there was that time when I was in like Pee Wee football, so I was like maybe like 9 or 10. But then there was the most recent time, and that was a time when I was like 26. I just went to Frisch's with my brother and my grandma and his my sister-in-law, and yeah, I was just headed back to my car in the retirement home parking lot, which I guess is the best place to poop yourself if you are going to poop yourself. In the retirement home parking lot is the best place, you know. Yeah. So my brother, he was gonna be in town for a couple days, so I asked my brother, I'm like, hey, do you have like an extra pair of shorts or something in your bag? And he's like, yeah, I do. He didn't question it. I don't think he even knew like that I had shit my pants. I think he was just kind of like, he kind of understood the context. Like, why would I be asking in the first place? He understood the answer. My sister-in-law did not. She's from Venezuela, so like, you know, English isn't her first language. Not that I'm trying to rip on anybody. It's just, you know, she didn't understand why I would be asking him if he had an extra pair of shorts. So she asked me herself, why? I'm an honest man. You know, I don't see a point in beating around the bush. I don't see a point in being dishonest with anybody. So I'm like, well, to be completely honest with you, Gabby, because I shit my pants, you know? And like, you were going to find out one way or another. You're going to be like, what's that smell? You know, you're going to figure it out one way or another that I poop my pants. So like, I'm just going to come right out and say it, you know? I didn't want to have to admit it right then and there, but when you're backed up against the wall like that, it's like, hey, can I have some shorts? Yeah, man, here you go. Wait a minute, why do you need extra shorts? God damn it! Like, I didn't want to have to explain why, but you're kind of twisting my arm here, you know, kind of not giving me a choice. So that was that. That was the most recent time I pooped myself. Less than a year ago. No, over a year ago at this point. Yeah, because it wasn't quite as cold outside. It wasn't like December. But these things happen, you know? And when they do happen, you have a choice. You have a choice of how to react in that situation of, am I gonna make myself feel disgusting? Am I gonna make myself feel like horrible and gross and all these negative things you could feel after you literally shit your pants? Everybody does it. Everybody's done it at one point in their life. You were a baby and you pooped yourself, so you cannot say definitively you've never pooped your pants. It's just you don't remember doing it. Some people have an excuse to poop their pants, some people don't. I didn't when I'm a grown man. It's just, you know, when you eat cottage cheese and then ranch dressing and then more cheese on top of that, what do you think's going to happen? You know? I mean, that's what my brother thought. And I'm like, you know what? Touche. You know, that's... Yeah. If not, I would have went up to the front desk and been like, you know, I'm sure people poop themselves here all the time at the retirement home. You guys got any extra clothes laying around? Got any diapers? Got some baby powder? Got some wipes? That was horrible. It wasn't like really bad though. Like I think I recall I just like I think I just like threw my underwear away and just like drove like, and I cleaned myself up in the bathroom and then I just drove home without underwear. Not fun, but at the same time, if it makes one person laugh, then that's all that really matters. If one person's misery, you know, can lead to one person's entertainment, then... Because the other alternative is you're miserable with me. And then we're both feeling negative. Of like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear you poop your pants. It's like, yeah, it's okay, man, you know? And then we're both trying to justify why it would be okay for a person to do that, because we both feel like that's an embarrassing thing to happen. But at the same time, it's also a completely normal thing if you can rationalize it in your head and be like, No, it's actually totally fine for that to happen. You don't have a reason to feel negatively about yourself for no reason. So, if it ever happens to you, which I hope it doesn't in the near future, Rava, but you get my point. But now we got mechanic level 2. Now we can hotwire the car. Here I am getting sidetracked. What else is new? Me getting sidetracked. Who would have thought? Hotwire engine. Wow, first try. Really low on gas, though. Okay. Let's hope so, you know. So, like, I didn't see a lot of gas in it, but I'm sure we could either A, find a gas station. Nope, that's the wiki. I always do that. I mean to pull up the... I have a map. There it is. Probably just slide that over. There we go. So here we are. Muldra. Man Ray. So I know there's a gas station. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's the storage facility. There's one. That's the police station. That's the restaurant. So we got a gas station that's like way down south though. That might not be terrible. It's just, it's probably going to be a little bit more densely. And I don't even think I have enough gas to get there, so I'm probably better off siphoning. And you know what? There's the convenience store. It's close, but was there gas there? Because I know there was a van there. I just don't recall I don't think there was gas. So I think the better option would be get some empty gas cans and drive over to the church parking lot, because they're gonna more than likely have cars. Whether or not they're gonna have gasoline is the question. So that might be convenient. I would hope so, you know. Sack and duct tape. God, make me look like a serial killer driving around with a sack and duct tape. What's the sack for? Putting it over their head? Sometimes they're ugly, you know? I'm just kidding. Sack is good, though, you know? Oh, I already have a sack laying on the floor. Let me drop my sack. There it is. Overlays. Thank you, Rava. I was this close to writing it on a sticky note and then putting it on my fucking monitor just so that I knew. Just so that I knew, like, hey, man, don't forget, don't embarrass yourself. And there I go. Do I even have any empty gas cans? Looking. I'm not seeing anything. If only I could fill up an empty tin can with gasoline, wouldn't that be nice? That would make things so much nicer. Or if only I had a watering can that I could pour some of this water into, that would make it nicer. Yeah, if only, you know. You want to fill the tin cans. You know, I'm sure if you write, you could probably get to them before they release Build 42. It's like, guys, just one little thing, you know? Can we smelt tin cans? Or can we use them with water? Is there anything we can do here? Because this is getting ridiculous. I'm starting to not even want to play the game anymore, you know? That's how bad it is. So yeah, I can siphon gas out of this car, so I have a fillable container. Speed demon, here we go. Alright. Alright. Church parking lot. Church parking lot. I don't even have a fucking mini-map. It sucks. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't even have time to stop, man. I don't think I'm going the right way. No, I am. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not gonna change my overlays just for that. I just gotta be careful when I round this corner. Alright. Skadoosh! Magazine. Useless. There is the parking lot. Let us hope there are no zombies. Although, I am pretty sure there are going to be a lot of zombies over there. Hopefully I don't shit my pants. Mine trousers. Extreme confidence and speed demon. I don't think I'm going the right way. Right? Ooh, this is a nice little vehicle. It's fucking locked. What? Okay, bro, I really saw something that freaked me out on Reddit the other day. It was invisible zombies. Go look it up on that. Go look it up on Reddit. This dude, he's got a gun and he's just shooting it, and then all he hears is coming up behind him. Lo and behold, there's just this, like, shadow. Like a little circle, like the thing you would normally see underneath a zombie. It was that, just fucking following him. No, invisible. Like, couldn't see them with his peepers. But there's no gas in that one. But you see that little, like, dark circle under the zombie? It was just that. Like, you couldn't see their model. And they thought it was like a clothing thing. Ooh, gas. Let's see if there's any in the thing, though. Nope. Box of nails. There is another empty bottle. I'll take that. Nails. Do I need more garbage bags? Yes. The question, do I need more garbage bags? Yeah, it was really freaky. And it was a pretty stacked looking character too, you know, like, okay, this truck does not have gas in it. No key either. The map is for Louisville. What a fucking surprise. And just the one. Did you know you can use a bottle of gasoline to make a Molotov cocktail? Watch. You just get some ripped sheets. Put it on your bottle of gasoline. Ooh, look, there's a key laying on the ground. See that? Do you see, Rava? Right? Yeah, Chevalier D6. I don't think that's a van. It is the truck. This truck. And these zombies. Did it, but it makes sense as it's flammable. Are you happy now, Rava? Are you happy now with your immersion? La 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 la. Was that a right nya? There's somebody fucking screaming. Siphon. You're happy, yes. Thank God, you know, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Add gasoline. So here's my big brain play, Rava. Instead of carrying the gas over there, and since I have a key for this truck, I can just add the gas to the truck. And then drive over there. I just wish I had a can. It would make life a lot easier than having to use bottles. I could come back. I guess. Like, I could get a can and come back, you know, I feel like that would be smart. We even got some vehicles over here. Getting sad again. This doesn't look like it has any gas. tissues. Jesus. Oh my god. Found the Reddit post. That's so scary. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. I'm literally sitting here like, what the hell is that? Well, the door's locked? Doors are not locked. Cigarettes. Paperclip. Yeah, man, I saw that and I'm like, no fucking way. But what they, in one of the comments, I think it said like the problem was a clothing mod issue. Like they just had to like reinstall the mod or like I don't know. I don't know. It was enough that I was freaked out. My plans have been foiled, rather. Because I can't really drive through here now, can I? If there's trees. I might be able to squeeze through here. Think I could squeeze through there, Rava? I think I'm better off just getting a gas can. Coming back later. Just ask the audience, you know. If I don't fit... But that's the nice thing about heavy-duty vehicles, is that their tires are a lot better on grass. Yeah. And I'll drive a little further, just so my truck's not sitting in the way. New plan. Got a new plan. We have the ability to tow this vehicle back to the compound, so we will. Go wide. There we go. I forgot about this part. Oh, we're stuck. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Just gotta take my foot off the gas occasionally. Just those turns are pretty vicious. Like, by which I mean slow. High ping? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Now I got a good old truck. Any zombies behind me? Nope. I'm clear. Gotcha. Detach. There we go. I didn't get all the gas, but that's okay. I just got a little bit more so that I can hopefully, you know, make my way a little further than I could have on just red. But I'll put these empty bottles... Well, I'll fill... I'll put this empty bottle over here, and I'll fill this empty bottle. It's my backup water bottle. Let's see. The towing that would cause issues, that would cause high ping, Rava, or was it something else you were talking about? I just want to make sure that I was understanding what you're saying. The towing, yeah. Oh, you should try doing it in the rain, bro. That sucks. Like, that's enough to make me go real slow, you know? And this is now -8 unhappiness. Before, I think it was only like 5 or something, but I needed... Every little bit helps to reduce that unhappiness. Empty bowl going in here. Terrific. And then... See, it's like... It's lower. But I gotta get more hungry. And I don't have a... I don't have a jack. Or a wrench. Or no, I don't have a jack or lug wrench, so the only thing I can really do is uninstall the... Nope. I need to know the recipe for mechanics if I want to take apart the seats. I can take apart headlights and taillights, and I can take off... Nope, can't take off tires. I can uninstall the battery, I can uninstall the radio, but that's about it. It's still a little bit of experience, but... And I can put that stuff back in there. So, uninstall the headlight. Every day. A little bit of experience. And I put the stuff back on here this morning, so I can take it off tomorrow. But I think I'll just start transferring the gasoline over. So I guess I probably shouldn't have emptied that bottle yet. I wish I... Can I use a kettle for gas? I feel like I shouldn't be able to. Grab kettle. Yeah, I would rather just drive the car over rather than tow it, because I'm also worried about, like, bumping into stuff, and it just takes longer, and... Whole lot. Do. Empty tin can. It's going on the counter for you. Tin can should be usable for water. You're gonna die on that hill, man, and I respect you for it. That's why, like, that is you, Rava. Like, anytime I see it, it's you. That's your trophy. That's the item that I will associate with you forever from here on out. It's what brought us together. You're like, that's ridiculous. And I'm like, yeah, man. This guy's kinda right. It is kinda ridiculous, you know? This guy's onto something. How much water's in here? It's full. I thought it was full, but at least it's better than a watering can. You're telling me. Just dumping water onto the ground. I think invisible zombies are pretty freaky, but I think there are people out there that would be like, nah, man, I'll do an invisible zombie-only playthrough. Because think about it, if you can do a deaf playthrough, why can't you do a blind playthrough? You know? Some like that dude from Star Wars, whose name I can't think of right now. Yeah, I can't use an empty kettle for gas. Darn it. But he was blind. And he was really good at being a Jedi. Like, I can see some people out there doing that. Because there's that map where it's the really foggy one. Like, the fog is coming. Like, you have 3 days or something like that. And that's basically, you know. That's basically not being able to see all that fog. So, I guess do you really need a blind playthrough if that is what you have? Maybe not. I also should prioritize finding cans and getting to an actual gas station so that I don't have to find a second generator in order just to get gas. I still don't think I have the magazine, but I could be wrong. Naked Invisible Zombie, Shock Collar, Insane Pop sounds like a YouTube video title. It really does. Shot Collar. God, I don't think you're on the right website if you want to have your shot collar, you know. Are we talking about the streamer wearing a shot collar or the character? Because it's like ball gag. What? Alright, that's all the gas that was in the truck. Add gas. So now when I hold V, nothing. It's tapped out. It's empty. I was gonna say, man, some people are into some things. I won't talk about it on stream, but you know, I think you know what I'm talking about. So it's like, under what context are we wearing a shot collar? And is it the character? I'm a little hungry. I'm mostly feeling a little sad. Guess I should have slept first, but it's only 8. I'll make a salad. Lettuce. And onion slices. And that's -10, not bad. -10 for both. That's -10 hunger and -10 unhappiness. That's pretty nice. A 1-to-1 ratio, you know. It's ideal. But we are running out of fresh food. But that's okay. Because we're going to try to get to that farm. Bright and early. All your dreams are going to come true, Rava. With the farm. We're finally going to get there, you know. Oh, look, there's another empty tin can up here. Lovely. Exercise. I'll just do 10 minutes of burpees and 10 minutes of sit-ups. Because we've got a big day tomorrow. I don't want to be too exhausted. Oh, I'm wearing stockings now. Ow! Alright. Not really. It would just probably make me, whatchamacallit? Hot. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Nah, not like that. Like, temperature. Temperature hot, you know? Who needs a blind playthrough when you can just walk around your house with the lights off? Alright. Let's make a salad for the road. Because all I got is... Damn, all I got is lettuce and peach and onion slices. It's not a lot. And I can't even put the peach and the onion slices and the lettuce together. I have to make 2 separate salads. Onion slices. 1-to-1 ratio again. Go ahead and just eat that. And then fruit salad, peach, and I don't need any lime, I suppose, because that can stay in the refrigerator along with these onion slices. So we're gonna just fuck it. I'm eating this. It's -5 unhappiness. Now we're back at 0. It'll slowly tick up. Empty bowls going in the backpack. Ooh, gotta put this stuff away. Nails. Twine, garbage bag, duct tape, and then under the sink, I'll put my digital watch and my cigarettes, favorite my water bottle. See, I could just do Forrest Gump, you know, the Forrest Gump stream. Maybe I'm going about this all wrong. Maybe I should just do one voice per stream, you know, but I think it just gets old. Like, I just get kind of sick of doing the same voice. If I get sick of doing it, wouldn't other people get sick of it? Especially because they're not as potentially entertained by it as I am. I think the ability to change it up is what makes it, like, more entertaining. Like, my attention span needs to kind of be in tune with their attention span. Rava, where the are we even going? I don't even know, man, you know? Okay, I'll pull up the map here. So if we're going to exit the... Okay, we're right here. We're exiting here, so we could go around this way. I probably should be better off taking the way to the right. Going through the trailer park. Karaoke thing would be a really good idea for the voices. Absolutely, because I didn't really... I think I kind of had to, like, find my niche, you know? Because stand-up comedy was okay. It's just, with the voices, it might be a bit much. So karaoke might be better. Because then it's still entertaining to people, you know? And singing in a voice is really the most impressive thing you can do. Like, it's like the epitome of voice acting, in my opinion. Like, I have yet to think of anything that's above that in terms of impressiveness. Because I wish I had, like, a diagram. It's like a staircase, you know? You start off with just, like, you hear a voice you think you can emulate, and you just mimic it. So first step would be mimicry. Of just, like, I'm going to repeat the same line given by this person. I'm not going to, like, deviate from the line read. The next step above that would be, like, reading something that isn't a line this character has given. So, like, Patrick Star as an example. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Line read. The next step above that would be reading something out loud. So, like, naked invisible zombie, shot caller, insane pop. Sounds like a YouTube video title. Just reading something that the character hasn't said before. The next step of that is improvisation. Just basically saying, you know, what's on your mind, not having to read something and consciously think about the voices you're doing it. Next step above that would be singing. Truly. Like, I don't think there might be a step in between the two that I'm not thinking of, but just the ability to improvise, and maybe just like the ability to switch between voices is another thing too. Like, how quickly can you do it without having to, like, get in a headspace? But yeah, no, and then singing, just like I could try to have Patrick Star do the the What a Wonderful World, you know? I see trees of green, red roses too. You know? I haven't tried it before. Don't know how good it would be. But this way, to the right, is the way we're going to go. Not that I could really see it on the map. I'm going to have to maybe prepare, like, X number of song and voice combos. You can go on after those and find more with the wheel. Absolutely. Like, what's a good... Because I think the Miss Piggy one was good. What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Kermit the Frog, he has the Rainbow Connection. That might be something to look into. Because there are people who watch The Office, like, they can appreciate that song. La da 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 da, you know. So yeah, I'll have to think about it. But no, a stream is really, because I did one of those streams where I literally I did nothing but improvise the voices and spin the wheel. It only lasted me like an hour, but I was able to come up with some good bits. You know, like the difference between an impression and an impersonation for Kermit the Frog. He's a good person to, you know, say what that is. So there is a trailer park up the road here. So I'm just gonna try to go right and then straight and then just basically see what happens. You know, because it is still dark outside. The street lights aren't gonna come on until a little bit later. I'm a little worried about that anyway. You know. This game gets me sometimes, man. Like, how many zombies are over here? Do I even have a backup weapon? I have a hammer. I always got a hammer. Carpenter build for the win. Come on over. It'll all be over soon. But yeah, a map? Bro, I really need a map. Okay, so this street light's on. That's nice. Yeah. Is it really that bad on the stream? Like, I can't even see my character right now. You feel me? I'd have to walk. Nope, they're coming to me. Which is good, because I wanted to actually pull them over to the street lamp so that I could fucking see. Don't get panicked, it's fine. I have to realize there's no multi-hit, though. Just juggling. Just juggling. Don't freeze, game. You. There we go. 1 down. 2 down. 3, 4. Alright. Yeah, can't see you or anything outside the view cones when outside light sources. Yes, so not only is it bad for my survival, it's bad for your entertainment. You know? Can't see shit. Okay, no, it's the same. I just thought my jacket had like a leather hole in it or something. Or had a hole in it. Does it have a hole in it? It does have a hole in it. So next leather jacket I find, I'm gonna put on, cause this one's got a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. I do have a flashlight though. That kind of helps. It's just like the amount of times I've forgotten to turn off my flashlight and I end up with a dead battery is astronomical. Greed. Getting greedy. Getting greedy. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. There is a hole in the bottom of the sea. It's called the Mariana Trench. There we go. Yeah! Yeah! Level up in strength, baby! Alright. Unless there's another hole in the bottom of the sea that you're talking about. So I guess the Mariana Trench is technically the hole in the bottom of the sea? Or would there be another hole? Or is it a hole? What's a hole? You know? We're in a whole lot of trouble if we try to figure out that one, you know? Oh god, there's absolutely no street lamps over here. We are cooked. Okay. I'm just gonna push forward, Rabba. Drive around any cars. Push forward. I was mistaking it for the song where you sing where there's a hole in the bottom of our ship. There's a hole in the bottom of our ship. That does make for a more entertaining song, doesn't it? I think it does. Alright, we got some road cones. Graffiti. Laundromat. Lot of zombies. Maybe I stop pushing forward? There's a motel. Oh, I ran him over. Okay, hammer. Inventory. There we go. I just wanted to get to a part where I could actually see. And also, kind of round up how many zombies I got. It looks like 5. But I hear... Do I hear more? There are more. So in this situation, Rava, all we're going to do, pretty simple. Just going to break line of sight. Break line of sight by walking around this house. Going around again. We can even crouch if we wanted to. Make our way back to the car. See who's left. Who needs multi-hit when you have a car? Yeah, this is fun. Of course, it's fun now, when I'm not dying. I don't think I've ever really done this. I think I've done it the other way, when you you reverse and you spin in a donut, but all right, now that everything on the dash is starting to flicker, maybe I don't. I'm also kind of ruining my car, you know. Getting unintentionally sidetracked, Bravo. Because what good is my car if it's fucking busted? Kind of defeats the whole point. Just try to get one more for the road, you know? Okay. I also don't really know where I am, you know? Motel. Motel. That's a convenience store. Okay, that's the motel. It looks like we need to keep going northeast, something like that. I also only have like 15 minutes till I have to get ready for work too, so I might just try to go over. Yeah, we'll keep going that way. Because I could try to dispatch all these zombies, but if I drive away, I don't really need to get rid of them. I can just drive past them. I just needed a sense of direction. This way. Ooh, Survivor House. I'm gonna hit the... You taught me to do that, Rava. How to hit the space bar, how to use the space bar to stop your car. Put a little $sign there for the Survivor House. And go, 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 go! These freaking trees, man. What am I driving on? Sand? Okay, so here's another little parking lot. Okay, no, this is the right spot. I just need to keep going past. This is the convenience store, and then I'll be where the farmhouse is. Past the convenience store. I go down the road to the left. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go. here we are. Zombies, I think, got to some of them. But that's alright. We also have a fence over here. That'll come in handy. Dispatching some of these zombies. But we don't want the zombies to trample the crops. That's a big no-no. And there goes the metal pipe. Two. If the zombies trample the crops, basically no point in doing all this. Gotta turn my lights off. You will be the first to die. I told you. Railing. My greatest defense against the zombie horde. Nope, getting greedy. Getting greedy. Game's lagging. I hesitated there. I didn't know which to swing at. Okay, cool. Alright, who's got something interesting? Nothing. Railing. What would you call it? A fence? I only got one zombie here. Come on, buddy. Come on. Bro, I broke his pathing. He's like, what? So what just happened? You just died. That's what just happened. You did too. They're creeping up behind me. So sons of beaches. Yourself. I was gonna say, man. You know, semantics. Alright. Nothing. I hear him. There you are. Where'd you go? There's some down there too, but they're not the priority. That's right. Feeling a little sad? How could you be sad, man? We found the farm. Trying to be funny again? Don't try so hard, man. I'm just kidding. Just messing with you. Looks like just two. Guys. Fellas. I know these guys are over here. I'm just trying to lure them. God damn, I knew they were there and they still scared me, you know? That's not acting. That is not... I'm not faking it, you know? Like, this is genuine scare. Get over here. You lousy bastards. And look, double railing here is actually awesome. I just gotta make sure they don't notice me. Yeah, I wouldn't just, you know... What are you doing? I'm right here. I don't care. I really don't. And now you're blocking his pathing. Look what you've done. Are you proud of yourself? And now this lady is gonna die. All because you tried to bash the window. Instead of just mash my brains. Give him a good old nosh, you know? If it's got full health, knock him over. Ah, really? All that hard work. Maybe they don't find me attractive. That was like one of my first bits when I played this game. It was just kind of like the one time in my life I don't want to be attractive. because I don't want to attract zombies. Okay. You cockwit. Get out of the garden! Stop! You know how bad that is for the plants? Dickhead? I really shouldn't be so mean, but, you know. He's walking on my shit, dude. Okay. We got info. Okay, so those are young cabbages. Young broccoli, ready for harvest carrots, seed-bearing potatoes, that's perfect, and then seed-bearing radishes. I'm going to start on the radishes. Radishes aren't great, so, like, this is just kind of for experience right now. But, like, carrots and potatoes is huge. Because ready for harvest carrots, the next step is seed-bearing carrots. So I'm pretty sure that ready to harvest carrots will still give you seeds, just not as much as seed-bearing ones would. So yeah, I got all that just from, you know, just from that. Farming level 1, done, you know. Now I'm going to do the potatoes. Yeah, 54 radishes is pretty cool. Truly, all I really care about right now, though, are the seeds. I do need food right now, but seeds are huge. And then the young broccoli and cabbages mean I can come back in a couple of weeks, I think. Maybe a week. Maybe a couple days. Because the more adept you are, like, the more you know about farming, 26 potatoes, 78 seeds is crazy. You only need 4 seeds for a plot. Carrots, we only got 3 carrots. So it looks like we're not going to get any seeds if we harvest them in their current state. So we'll come back here. Which is okay. This is also a rain collector barrel. We could try to pick it up. Oh, it has water inside. So you can't pick it up if it has water inside of it. We'd have to move it. We'd have to empty it, and then we'd have to move it. Anybody in the shed? What we got? Box of screws, nails, duct tape. I'll take it. So, like, okay, so, like, all we were able to really get from this was potatoes, but that's okay. Oh, for God's sake. Like, really, I don't need you to stall right now, you know? Alright, but what are we gonna do? Before we go, we're gonna M, F2, and then we're gonna take note of where this location is, so that we don't have to be, you know, freaking out about where is it? I'll put a star. Farmhouse. And we're just gonna drive on back. Hopefully we'll be able to find our way back. I wouldn't have to rely on the map. Oh god. Who's shooting off a shotgun? Actually, that didn't sound, like, really loud, but still. I'm bobbing and weaving. Through these zombies. And through these poles. Alright, there's the survivor house. Kind of like our, you know, checkpoint, if you will. Our checkpoint Bravo. Foxtrot, Alpha, Delta, whatever you want to call it. Don't mind me, guys. Just going back to my base that you don't need to know the location of. And we're not, and our gas thing just went to orange, but that's okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go again. Girls, what's my weakness? Men. Okay then, chillin', my villain. Minding my business. You saw that I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared. My niece, my witness. The brother had it going. It was something kinda, oh, wicked, wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits of hoe. No, that don't make me. Lick 'em like a lollipop should be licked. Came to my senses, then I chill for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. That's a spell. Hell, it makes me wanna shoot, 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 ba-doo, shoot, ba-doo, shoot, ba-doo, 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 shoot, ba-doo, shoot, ba-doo, shoot, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba. You packed in your stack, especially in the back. Brother, wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. That's called Shoop. Was in Deadpool. I don't know if you know the song. Maybe you know the song. Maybe you don't. To be honest, the only reason I know about that song is because of Deadpool. I didn't know who Salt and Peppa was until I do. So 26 potatoes. Nice. I'm gonna put a majority of them in the freezer, and I'll pull them out when I need to. Thank you, Rava. You know what? I wanna give this moment to appreciate you, Rava. All right, because I could totally take all the credit and be like, yeah, but you're the one who held me accountable to this plan. You know, I if it were up to me, we'd just be dicking around. You know, like we wouldn't be doing anything. You know, I'd be sitting on my base, counting potatoes. You know. No, I couldn't count potatoes because I wouldn't have any potatoes, but now I do, thanks to you. And all these seeds, and I only need 4 seeds for a potato plot. So now I can get some farming stuff going. Create a salad with potato? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The first salad, we're going to put some carrots in there too. Why not? And then finally, we're going to put some onion slices. The final little accoutrement, that little topping. We got 18 hunger. Minus 6 thirst, minus 15 unhappiness. We're going to eat that salad. The whole thing. The whole thing. And that unhappiness is going to shoot down below. Potato salad. Who doesn't love a good potato salad? We're going to go in for seconds now. We're going to make a bowl of oatmeal. There we go. It's fresh. It's only got -2 unhappiness, but it's -10 hunger. Because we're not at the point where we're that unhappy yet. But yes. Thank you, Rava. That was an uncooked potato. Yes, that was a fresh raw potato in the salad. I don't think you can cook potatoes. I'll try for you. Can we get a baked potato for Rava? Rava, I got bad news for you, buddy. I got bad news. It doesn't look like we're able to cook. Like, it doesn't say cooking. At this point, it would say cooking, you know? But there is aluminum. Let's go to cooking, and I'm going to just type potato. I'm not seeing baked potato, Rava. It is a dark day. It is a dark day when we find out we can't have baked potatoes. So, tin cans being usable in the game, and potatoes being able to be baked potatoes, but you need to use some aluminum. Is that fair? Is that fair, Rava, to be able to make a baked potato? You can put, like, bacon and cheese and, like, butter in it, but, like, you would need aluminum in order to make it. And you couldn't put it in the microwave, or it would burn the fucking house down. Is that fair? I think that's a fair system. Like, you have to, because aluminum is in the game already. You know, I don't see why you can't make a baked potato. Put some sour cream in there, make chives. If chives aren't already an ingredient in this game, I'm not really sure, but this stream was the best stream to date. All right? I just want to say, like, I really felt in tune. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, like... And I think part of that is, you know, because I got to talk about what my passions are, you know, like, what do I want out of life, you know? What do I want to do with it? Slice an onion. That's what I want to do. I want to slice an onion. Slice the onion that is life, you guys. Really grab it by the hojos. I inspire you to do the thing that you want to do. Because you only get one life. Do it up, you know? And half of it's because of you, you know? You and Vel, when she was here, you know? But you'll always be my favorite, Rava. Don't forget. Don't ever have a doubt in your mind that you will always be my favorite, okay? Just want you to know that. Because you've been there since the beginning. Number 1. You know, numero uno. And I'll never forget that. Because you're the reason I keep going, you know? You give me hope. You give me hope that, you know, I can make a success out of this, you know? I went to check out that channel and they seem to have you as a recommended. Oh, really? Awesome, man. You know, cool. Maybe, because I got to get on her schedule too. Like I want to be able to watch her streams in addition to my streams. Because I went on to help her play the game, but you know, if I can, oh no, absolutely, 10-4. You know, like now that you say that, I am gonna do something about that. But it's 9:30, so unfortunately, I got to get going to work. You know how it is, but um, I'll blur out that thesis info. I'm gonna make like a little to-do list for the stream. You know, like thesis on Twitch. I maybe even have like one stream where I just do like a chat, like a just chatting, where I just read the whole thing for people. And then that'll be recorded, because I do think like it is a lot to sit down and read the whole thing. So if I can like if I can just like make it into an audiobook for people, like people just listen to the message. But thesis on Twitch, and then they'll recommend. Awesome. Okay. Cool. All right. But that's gonna be all she wrote for this stream. Got to get ready to do my job, work for the man, you know. But yeah, man. Because I like if I think it's interesting and Vel thinks it's interesting, of just me giving the shorthand of like, hey, this is, you know, just like the abstract and everything. But yeah. All right, man. I'll see you later. You have yourself a good day. And I'll see you on the next one.